Hi, good morning. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, and welcome to the very first Wellbeing Wednesday of January 2021 for the Mothership for Network She. So welcome. What a fabulous day we have of lots of wellbeing experts and inspirational women to give you that motivation to get you through the rest of 2021. And we're nearly there. Now, my name is Michelle Smith from Angelic Healing. I specialise in turning negative thought patterns into positive behaviours by teaching you how to think and heal yourself happy. I also lead on the Wellbeing Academy and also the support with the Diamond member or Wellness Academy member in conversation interviews supporting Ruth. So if you haven't already booked your interview, do give Ruth a shout and one of us will be in touch to pop you in the diary. Okay, so January 2021. Well, January is usually renowned for being a bit of a rubbish month anyway. The dark nights and the cold weather, it's quite miserable. We've all been overindulging from the Christmas fallout, and we can be spending a lot of time overthinking as well, which doesn't really help our moods along with the miserable weather. Okay, so the power of the mind. Just thinking about what I just said there, with January usually being a heavy, miserable month where we've all recovering from overindulging and the dark nights and the cold weather, that just makes you feel quite down just thinking about that, don't you think? Well, spring is on its way. We've seen some snowdrops, so have faith. Now, we can also do a lot of overthinking during January because we do seem to have that extra time. And actually, we've had that extra time throughout the lockdown to allow that imposter syndrome, maybe to allow the inner chatterbox to really gain some momentum. And that can have a massive impact on how we're feeling just from what we're thinking. So the power of the mind is an amazing thing. We have over 60,000 thoughts a day each. 60,000 thoughts. And chances are, if we've been overthinking, you can kind of push that up to what? 80, 90,000 thoughts a day easily. Now, can you imagine if we could all hear each other's thoughts? Cringe. It would be chaos. Everybody's thoughts. Every time you pass somebody, when you're in the same room as somebody, you've already got the telly on or the radio on, and you can hear what everybody's thinking at the same time. It's a little bit chaotic, and it does make you feel a little bit overwhelmed. Well, that overwhelming sense of being totally bombarded from all angles on all subjects, and so many imposter syndromes and inner chatterboxes, quite often talking limiting beliefs on a negative vibration. Well, your body can hear those thoughts. Not everybody's, although it'll pick up on other people's vibrations. If they're not in a great place, you will pick up on that. But imagine if your body is listening to everything you think and everything you say, be it out loud or in your mind. And what if it responds to every thought you have and every word you tell yourself, like it believes it, like it's an instruction, like you are affirming to yourself that this is true? That's really quite powerful. You're actually hurting yourself from the inside out too. Okay, you think about that for a moment. Now, as a clinical hypnotherapist and an energy healer, I find the mind-body connection absolutely fascinating and really key to what shapes our behavior. The moment you have a thought, your subconscious will give you a vision connected to the thought and then an emotion connected to that vision and the thought. So imagine if you're recalling thoughts that aren't very nice, then that is your dominant thinking pattern and gaining momentum with that. That's going to be your dominant feeling. But it works the other way too with positivity. If you're thinking nice things, the vision's going to be uplifting and the emotion is going to be a happy feeling thought too. So gain momentum with that and you're more likely to stay in flow, in a better place. And we go out of our comfort zone once we are in flow. But if we do allow momentum to gather in the unhappy thinking thoughts, your subconscious will immediately find you a similar thinking thought. It'll say, oh, I know this thought. And it will find you a familiar thought within your energy field that you've been hanging on to, because it doesn't know the difference between good and bad and right and wrong. It's no perception. It's just doing as it's told. It's believing what you're thinking, and it thinks it's helping you by going to collect another similar thinking thought to give you that momentum. And the longer that momentum continues, it will manifest as reality and we'll believe it. It's going in. You are reprogramming yourself. So your thoughts shape your feelings and then shape your actions. It's absolutely true. So we're all a little bit guilty of allowing that inner chatterbox to go a bit crazy sometimes. Okay. Now, but what is really crazy is how we actually believe it. We do actually believe what we tell ourselves, be it out loud or be it in our mind, and that's pretty dangerous. Okay, so I want to demonstrate that, how powerful your thoughts are for a moment. So I'd like you to just close your eyes for a sec and just go within. Just take a nice deep breath in through your nose and let go through your mouth. Just letting go of any tension on the out breath. Good. Now, keeping your eyes closed, I'd like you to imagine, if you can cast your mind back to Princess Diana's terrible death and how it was on the news everywhere, and how at a funeral you could see the boys following the coffin with their heads hung. Or if you think about the Twin Towers, seeing the reports on the news of the firemen, that's a really heavy, unpleasant thought. So now imagine, keeping your eyes closed, I want you to think of a baby's laughter, or the Andrex kitten, Andrex puppy even. Okay, something nice. Okay, good. Now imagine a network she girls' holiday in the sunshine, post-COVID, or even coming along on one of my retreats. And now just smile inwardly and really tap into that feeling. It feels great. Good. So now just imagine the face of somebody you love dearly. Feel that love and that kindness. Feel it from within. Imagine their laughter and their love. Really tap into that wonderful feeling and smile inwardly to yourself. That feels good. Now take a breath. Relax and open your eyes. Good. You see, we're all constantly reacting to thoughts and visions and emotions that we create on a daily basis. 60 to 80,000 of them every day, all day. Now that will make a huge difference, a massive impact on how we're feeling throughout that day and every day. Visualization is an incredibly powerful tool. I use it in hypnotherapy, in NLP. In fact, NLP was taken from hypnotherapy. That's where it comes from. I bring it into my coaching sessions, and we use it in guided meditation as well for this reason. If you imagine when you pick up a book, you're enjoying this book, especially if it's an author that you enjoy and you're reading a number of their books, you start to visualize the characters. You really start to imagine the scenes and become part of that story. And if you haven't read that book for a little while, a couple of days, and you've been getting into it, you actually miss those characters. They feel real. And it can be a little bit disappointing if that book suddenly appears as a film and the characters in the film are not the way you imagined them to be. Because when you visualize, your imagination is so vivid. Imagination is wonderful. I use guided meditation to take myself and my clients completely off and escape to magical places. So just like a bedtime story, do give them recordings so they can listen to that. It helps to get to sleep or just to relax, just to feel a relief for some stress. Okay? It is a bit, I call it a microwave sleep, because guided meditation, it takes you off somewhere lovely, because it's like that bedtime story. Your mind is instantly following where you're being taken, and it's giving you that emotion connected to that vision. It's fabulous. But the reason why I call it a microwave sleep is it's because the benefit of 8 hours sleep in 20 minutes? Fabulous. Give it a go. So if you ever find yourself feeling a little bit low, a bit downhearted, or even a bit tired, just check in with yourself. Go within. Take a couple of deep breaths, close your eyes, and just go within for a moment and just ask yourself the questions. What am I thinking about? Worse still, what have I been telling myself? Well, is it true? Has it actually happened? More often than not, we've made it up and we are reacting to it in the now. Just acknowledge your feelings. They're there for a reason. It shows you're human, you're alive, they're in working order. It's your inner emotional guidance system, your navigation system. Your emotions are there to give you a poke, to let you know how you're feeling. Okay? Just let it go. Bring it up, acknowledge it, and then let it go. Don't waste precious energy reacting in the now to something that hasn't happened yet and may not ever happen. Or if it is going to happen and you're worried about it, by thinking about it and recalling it now, you're bringing it forward. And what you could be doing is actually spending some time on your well-being with some self-care and self-love, building strength for when it does happen, if it's even going to happen at all. So what limiting beliefs are you reinforcing with your thoughts 60,000 or 80,000 times a day? These are very powerful affirmations. They work on a negative vibration as well as a positive vibration. You're repeating them constantly, as many as 80,000 times a day. The body's listening to you and it will respond with, and so it is. So be careful what you wish for. Think about something you do want and not something that you don't want. So if you would like to know a little bit more or learn how to think and heal yourself happy, I am more than happy to teach you. Now stay tuned for an absolutely fabulous day of more well-being hints and tips. And join me again at 7 o'clock this evening for one of our either Academy members or Diamond members for their In Conversation interview. I wonder who it'll be this time. Stay tuned to find out. Now remember, you matter. You are important. And you are enough. You deserve to be happy too. So watch what you're thinking. And I'll see you soon. Have a fabulous day. Bye.